Well, y'all, I'm happy as shit. Court went well today. Everything seemed cool, Judge reduced my bail to 0. The prosecutor still indicates he wants to retry the case, the hung jury issue. Doesn't look good for him. It was 7-5 for me. I would present the same case, maybe a little extra this time, Second go around probably would be better for me. I don't think it would be better for him. All this case started on April Fool's Day. And at the time, I told everybody, in the end, it won't be me that's being called a fool. And, what can I say? The state was the fool. Ultimately I won. I suffered pretty hard here, though. Because of this case here in New Jersey, is why the feds raided me out in California and basically destroyed me. Took me down. And I'll admit, took me down. But you know what? I've been down before. Flat bottom. The only thing you can do is bounce back. Right now, I think today is the beginning of my bounce back. I'm going to go back to California. I'm going to start my treatments. I'll do my treatments, this, that, and the other. In the meantime, I'll still be trying to rebuild my life. The last 6-7 months has been crazy, Not only have I, been basically broke as crap, but, I had this pending trial over my case, the fear of going back to prison, because, I went to prison in 2000 on a weed charge. I went back to the prison in 2002 for making commercials, advocating, legalizing marijuana. That case got overturned by a federal judge, though, who ordered me released. But I had said back then that, man, I wasn't going back to prison. I was going to fight it out. And even when I say I was going to fight it out, anything that ever happened to me, I always regretted that plea bargain that put me in prison that first time. And I always regretted that, and I always said if it ever happened again, if I was ever charged with any significant amount of marijuana again, I would fight it out. And I'm happy I did it. I didn't do it just for me, though. I really, really, really did it because, fuck, man. Potheads, marijuana users, the cannabis consuming community, whatever you want to call us, man, half the reason why it's still illegal is because we don't speak out. We haven't come out of the cannabis closet in full. We haven't demanded our rights, And that's all I really did in this case. I just demanded my rights. I just demanded that no, you're going to hear me. You're going to hear my side of the story, which is amazing because, this case, I'm the first person in New Jersey who was allowed to legally argue his medical issues before a jury. To those of you in New Jersey, maybe some of you are more have followed different cases and arguments across the country. There's a guy here in New Jersey named John Ray Wilson who attempted to just a few months before this, a few months after the law was passed. He was arrested prior to the law being passed, and he wasn't allowed to present it, and he's sitting in jail on a 5-year sentence. He has MS, and he has, he has MS, and he's exhausted all of his appeals. The governor won't let him out, so he's stuck on a 5-year sentence, Luckily for me, I was arrested after the law was passed, and even though the judge, I think unconstitutionally, wouldn't allow me to talk about the law being passed, he did allow me to talk about my medical condition, which, again, first person in New Jersey was allowed to. I believe on appeal of all his pretrial rulings, I'm going to set case law here in New Jersey because there's no case law about, say, a person who has a medical condition, a medical card in another state, and then coming into New Jersey. There's no case law about it. The judge flat out denied it. I think it means something. And I think on appeal, the appellate court's going to make a ruling that will set some type of precedent here in New Jersey. Other things, the scheduling argument. How could the government, on one hand, pass this medical marijuana bill, that says marijuana has medicinal value, and then, on the other hand, prosecute me under a law that says marijuana has no medical value and is a crime. Like it didn't make sense. The judge didn't want to hear that. In our pretrial rulings, he argued that I couldn't bring that up to the jury. So, again, the appellate court will hear this later, but it doesn't make sense, It does not make sense. The law is definitely flawed. I believe on appeal, I'm even going to win some huge things, and that only came from fighting. And once again, I'm going to say that, trust me, I'm feeling good right now. I'm feeling good not only for myself, personally, yes. I pretty much, the handwriting's on the wall that this is going to turn into a victory at some point. I believe the prosecutor's going to relent and just drop his attempt at a retrial, and this just turns into a victory to me, and for everyone in New Jersey. And as the impact sets in legally, you'll see that this case is going to progress through my appeals process. Is going to progress through the appellate court, and it's going to help a whole lot of other people who are charged after me. I believe that the New Jersey criminal statute is going to be somehow ruled unconstitutional. That was one of my arguments, that on January 10th, when the state of New Jersey passed its medical marijuana bill, and trust me, you should read it one day. The very first sentence of the medical marijuana bill says marijuana is now a recognized medicine in New Jersey. Yet, our criminal statute that was written in 1997 says that marijuana is a Schedule I drug, therefore has no medical value and is illegal. You can't have them both ways. You can't, I think that the medical marijuana law that was passed in 2010 has rendered the criminal statute unconstitutional, outdated, moot, whatever legal term you want to call it. And I think during the appeals process, this is what the appellate court's dilemma is going to be. That it is clear that marijuana has medicinal value. There are 16 other states that have legalized it for medicinal value. There are hundreds of thousands of people now in America who have medical marijuana cards, say in California, Arizona, all these states, people have medical marijuana cards. Are you saying that they can't visit New Jersey without the threat of arrest with their medicine? They can fly here with their hydrocodone, their Vicodin, their Viagra, Why do you have to throw away your marijuana, your medical marijuana, when you get into New Jersey? I don't think so. And New Jersey passed its own medical marijuana bill too? Think about this. Now, these are the arguments and more that I have just presented to the state of New Jersey. These are the arguments that are going to be argued through the appellate court and the higher courts in New Jersey. And the only way to do that was to stand my ground and refuse to take any plea bargains and to bring it to the table. And I think I brought it to the table good. I ain't trying to brag, but and if anybody wants to pat me on the back, smoke a bowl with me, I'm down. For y'all back in California, I can't wait to see you. Everyone here in New Jersey, thanks for all the help and support. And I'm out of here as soon as I get this bail money back. I'm gonna split the bail money with my kids, basically. Give some child support. The last few months have been hard on me. I haven't had any money, so I'm basically gonna take half that money, and the rest of it is gonna take me back to California, and I'll just restart there. And by the way, if anybody knows where Bobby D's is located, it's a little nightclub on Route 38 in Pemberton Township. On Saturday, people are planning, I'm not supposed to know all this, but people are planning to have a NJWEEDMAN victory celebration. So if you hear this, if you're in the New Jersey, South Jersey, Pennsylvania area, and you just want to come hang out, come on, do it. And I've had a whole lot of people been texting me and twittering me in the last few days, wanting me to smoke with them or hang out with them or just, take pictures, whatever. It's too many. I can't do it. But I can tell you where I'm going to be this Saturday night. I'm going to be at Bobby D's in Pemberton Township on Route 38, and I would like as many of my supporters, and I don't even care, some detractors if you want, as many as my supporters to just come out have a good time, and to all those people that are suffering from conditions and use marijuana, you know, I encourage you, if you're ever caught, if you're ever charged with a crime, to, you know, hold the ground, take it to the house, you know, take it to the jury and argue that the jury's wrong. In my case, as far as the distribution argument goes, it was a no-brainer. The jury got it right. I was kind of upset at the jury, though, for finding me even guilty on a simple possession. But, you know, I called them cowards, and, you know, even called two of them hypocrites, because their friends have told me and contacted me that I had two potheads on my jury, and they voted to find me guilty even on the simple possession. Like, how does that happen? You know, I started this case out talking about jury nullification, and the jury's not going to find me guilty. The jury's going to reject the law, blah, 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 blah. You know what? I 90% still feel that way, that's what happened here, you know, but I do find it amazing that these two jurors, you know, potheads themselves, could find me guilty. You know, that's amazing, because I know that is how the alcohol prohibition ended. People who drank alcohol just refuse to convict people who also drank alcohol or consumed alcohol. That is how the alcohol prohibition ended, and this marijuana prohibition is no different. People, if you are charged with a crime, once again, I am recommending you to do very similar to what I did. Just argue that the law is wrong and take it to the jury and argue to the jury, whether you represent yourself and speak for yourself. This is what you got to do. Speak to the jury, because you know why? The jury aren't a bunch of lawyers. The prosecutor's a lawyer, the judge is a lawyer, the public defender's a lawyer. The people can identify with you because you're a person, you know, and that's what you got to do. But anyway, I'm going to get off. This is going on too long. I will tell you and will admit to you that I am happy. Going back to California, going back to my baby. Y'all know my baby. Q. Anyway, peace. Thank you. Thanks everyone who's helped me. There's quite a few of you out there that, you know, once I get my egg going again, I'm gonna break you off and help, you know, to repay you for the help that I've gotten in the last few months. And I have gotten, you know, help in the last few months. Even coming here from California, driving a weed mobile here, you know, I had help in gas. While I was here, people gave me money for gas. I just had my phone bill paid for me by supporters online. You know, this definitely helped me. Just bringing the weed mobile here and using that as a prop and as a way of bringing attention to my case and my cause, and, you know, has worked. You know, my plan has pretty much worked. I had some dips and dabs here, but you know what? I'm happy. I'm going to end this here. I am happy. You know. Peace. I ain't got no weed, though. That's the messed up part about it. I'm stuck in Jersey with no weed. No medication. Anyway, peace.